I'm alive. Okay. Hi everyone, Melissa again. I've been on a bit of a hiatus and I do apologize for that, but yeah, I was kind of dealing with some stuff and I know I kind of alluded to it in a couple of different videos, but I never actually spoke about it. And I figured today is as good a day as any. Since I'm at home today, which is why I'm in my pajamas and a big comfy sweater since it's cold, I would do a little chit chat video and kind of basically tell you guys what's been going on. Um, for the people who are going to ask, there is something different with my hair, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. So, what has basically happened was that November of last year, my mother passed away. And at the beginning, it was kind of like there was so much stuff going on with work because we were in the middle of busy season and the fact that we had to get ready for the funeral and arrange things, and then we had to deal with the insurance stuff and just paying for stuff, and a lot of things were going on, and I was just kind of in go mode where it was like there were too many things to be done to just break down and freak out and cry. So yeah, that was going on. So I think between January and February, I finally crashed. And it all kind of came flooding in all at once. It like my mummy, she and I got very close after I'd moved out from our house. I mean, we were always close, but not living with people makes you appreciate them more and become more attached to them, which was why, like, when I moved out after I got married, I used to go and hang out with her and my sister every weekend on Saturdays, sometimes on Sundays, just to, hail, hang out, catch up on what happened in the week, even though we WhatsApped and everything like that. And it was just kind of difficult for me to just deal with the fact that someone who would answer the phone every time I called the house because she was always the one answering the phone, um, doesn't answer anymore, and things like that. And it was really difficult because at my work I do a lot of engraving and stuff like that, and part of my job is designing and engraving headstones. So for a little while it didn't really bother me, but for the last 2 or 3 weeks it just kind of it really kind of dragged on my spirit a little bit, and I've been praying about it, and it praying has helped, but I felt like I just needed a couple of weeks away from social media and trying to be happy and perky and just be, and just maybe turn into observe mode because I'm still on my Instagram and stuff like that. I haven't really been on Tumblr very much, and it was more like I'm here but not as an active participant kind of thing, and that's kind of where I've been across all forms of social media. I wasn't really talking to people on WhatsApp all that often. I wasn't really posting a whole bunch of stuff. And to be honest, I hadn't really told a lot of people until almost a month later that my mother had passed because at the time I couldn't afford the sympathy, if that makes any sense. Um, because it was still so fresh. I didn't, having people give me their condolences just kind of poked at the scab, so to speak. So I was basically like, you know what? The more people treat me normal, the easier it'll be for me to kind of move on from the initial shock and pain and dissonance in my life as I move forward. So when I finally did start telling people, it wasn't as hard for me to deal with their concern and stuff like that because I had one or two people while I was still to work, because I did take a couple of days of what do they call that? Sympathy leave, I think. Um, and when I came back, one or two of the customers were asking for me personally and trying to send condolences and giving me cards and stuff like that, but it it just rubbed me the wrong way at the time. Like, I understand it's coming from a positive place, but it was very overwhelming and I wasn't prepared for it emotionally to deal with that because the last person who was important to me that died was my aunt, and that was almost 7 years ago. So this is it's still very new to me. I've only ever been to maybe four funerals in my entire life, and I'm 30 years old now. The first one was my grandmother's when I was about 10. And then there was my aunt 7 years ago, and then my mom passed last year, November. So it was a lot for me to deal with, and what really had me just breaking down was the fact that I had to engrave a headstone at work that was for someone who was 3 days old. And that did something to me, and I literally had to scrape myself back together. And my supervisors at work are very understanding and everything like that. And it was very stressful. So I've been getting my head back together, and I think I'm back on even keel now. So which means I will actually be able to give a crap when it comes to recording videos and whatnot. So yay! So for things that are a little bit more interesting and positive, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you. You are a trooper, and I would engrave a medal for you if I had the budget for it. So yeah, that's been going on, and now for the stuff that you guys are actually interested in. For those of you who are old subbies, you know that I have been doing a lot of stuff with my hair. I had my hair natural for a couple of years, and then I had traditional locks, and I moved on to Microlocs. And today's transition is extensions. These are synthetic micro extensions that I installed myself. I think it was the Reggae Realistic Hair. I can't remember what it was. I wasn't very particular. I only know that the color is in the number 4 because it matched the ends of my hair. Because here at the root my hair is almost black, but my hair is actually a dark brown, and the ends tend to be more of this like brownish color. So let me get in real close so you guys can see what these look like. On camera, it looks very dusty, which I don't understand because it's a very nice brown. But yeah, so far, I started the installation for these, I think, about 3 weeks ago. No, 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago I started. It took me a week to install all of these. My hair looked kind of odd. I had a mullet for a bit where the back was all long and the top was short. And there were a lot of weird transitional pictures. If I find them on my phone, I'll probably post them somewhere in the video where you can see like the process of my hair, like in different stages. Essentially what I had done was each lock I took the same needle that I use to do my my interlocking when I have to retighten my hair. I basically threaded the hair onto that. Not like you would with regular thread. I kind of threaded it so that it was a loop on one end, and I threaded the loop through the eye of the needle, threaded it onto my hair, and then pulled the hair all the way through. So half was on one side and half was on the other side. And then basically backcombed everything and interlocked it so that it would look like the rest of my locks. And it wasn't a very difficult process. It was very hard on my hands. I still have some calluses that I'm waiting to come off because I can't feel the tips of my fingers where those calluses are. I'm very hard on my hands, these poor babies. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that took me about a week to do the install. It wasn't very difficult. It didn't really involve a whole lot of extra anything. I did wash my hair during the time when I was interlocking it. I just had to make sure that I had separated the shorter ones that I hadn't done yet from the ones that were done. And that was really interesting. Of course, no one at work really noticed the fact that this was going on, since I tend to have my hair pulled back in a ponytail or up in a bun or something like that to make myself look somewhat presentable. The funniest part was some of my coworkers walked past my desk the day I was done, and I decided to wear my hair out for work, kind of like this. And they kind of did a double take and were like, something's different with your hair. Did it grow recently? I was like, extensions. They don't look like extensions. I was like, yes. Pat on the back to me for having synthetic hair look like my actual hair. So yeah, that was a fun experience. It took a very long time. It took a lot of patience. My fingers Oh, my poor fingers, they work hard to take care of my hair, and I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, but hey, you want what you want, and I didn't have the money to go to a professional because I think it was a couple $100 to get this installed professionally, as opposed to the $18 and a week that I had to invest in myself to get these done myself. So yeah, so far I've washed my hair about 3 or 4 times since I've put these in. I think the first time was right after I got everything installed, and then it's been 2 washes since then. Yeah. So far I haven't lost any. I haven't lost any of them, and I'm really, really liking how it looks. The reason I even decided to do this was because I'm so used to seeing my hair at this length or something similar that when I was wearing it really, really short, it kind of annoyed me. It annoyed me a lot, and I was trying to ignore it, and I was busy telling myself, enjoy the journey, do whatever it is you want to do with your hair, just let it grow out naturally. But then part of me was just like, one day I just felt like a little boy, and I did not like that. I did not like that feeling at all, at all. And I just wasn't having it anymore. So I went to the beauty shack and I got some hair extensions and I went to work. And I'm really glad I did this. I don't have any issues with anything like bunching up or anything like that. My natural locks did that as well anyway because the ends are always a whole lot fluffier. Um, yeah, so anything like bunching up or anything like that. My natural locks did that as well anyway because the ends are always a whole lot. Locks did that as well anyway because the ends are always a whole lot fluffier. Um, yeah, so this has been an interesting experience. I'm really enjoying the way that I look with these. I feel really, really girly since my hair is longer now, which is something I didn't really notice. I didn't really feel very girly when I had my hair shorter. And granted, it was down to my shoulders already. I haven't really extended my hair all that much. Let me grab one of these ones in the front. So yeah, I think my natural hair stops about here, and this is the extended bit here. So actually, there's no good way to show this, but basically most of this is my hair, and then this bit at the end is the extension. So I haven't extended my hair a whole lot, but it looks a lot longer, which is very odd. I think it's because everything is in layers now, because the back of my hair locked pretty quickly and didn't fatten up a whole lot like the rest of my hair. So it does look a lot longer. I tried to keep each extension the same size when it came to like how long I extended it. There are 1 or 2 in here that are a little bit longer than the rest. Like this one in particular, this is my longest lock now. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. I'm really digging this look, and I haven't had a chance to actually style my hair or anything like that. So if you have any suggestions for styles that you want to see me do with my hair, let me know in the comments below. I am trying very hard to get this video footage that I recorded of interlocking my hair while it was still short uploaded to YouTube. But for some reason, my Sony Vegas won't let me like import the video into Sony Vegas because it's over 6 hours. It's like 6 hours and 15 minutes worth of footage of me interlocking my hair, which is the shortest amount of time I've ever taken to interlock my hair that I can remember. So yeah, if anyone has any idea on how to get Sony Vegas to cooperate or knows another program that's free that I can use to upload this video and maybe condense it so that I can do a time-lapse kind of thing, let me know in the comments below because I've been promising this interlocking video for the longest, and it bugs me the fact that I can't use the footage. So please help a sister out and let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do the whole process over, or maybe I'll just do it over and just do it the way other people would do it, where I show you where I start, I show you where I'm halfway done, and then I get real up close and personal in my face and show you how I do it. In the front, I'm not sure. Let me know if that's something you prefer, as opposed to a very long video of actually watching me do the whole thing. So yeah, this video is officially almost 16-minute long. I'm going to shut up now, and I'd like to thank all of my subscribers for hanging in there with me during this long hiatus. I know you guys have been so patient with me every time I do this, and you have been so understanding whenever I take this time off for like personal or emotional needs, or the fact that I'm so busy at work sometimes. Thank you so much for all of that. For my new subbies, I love you. Thank you. Thank you, all of my subbies. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. And for the people who lurk and occasionally like my videos and don't really comment, I love you too, because I know I'm a lurker on some people's channels and I don't really say a whole lot. But the fact that you're, taking the time to view my videos means a lot as well. And yeah, hope you're having a day as awesome as you are. I heard that saying somewhere. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.